Okay, a little bit awkward, but finally managed to get for 2017 one or two of these. Not many, but one or two, so I'm going to try and work with them, try to feed them, and quite honestly, hopefully get some films of them, whatever that might consist of, and then hopefully either work with them or, because there's so few of them, release them. It just depends on how you look at it. Now, right now, I don't really have the facilities to long-term work with them, but let's start with taking some footage. This should be a younger individual or a male, not really sure, but it is of course the same type that was last year. Able to pick certain things up, but this one, not that interested. So, I'm going to try and prop this camera. And see if I can't because I'm having to one-hand this. See if I can't. Alright, let's try this up. Oh, there we go. That's a good fine focus, I think. I hope. So, it is about an inch and a quarter length. They're very pronounced, beautiful look to them. This one does not have the large hooks on the legs and things like that, but it's got to be a young one. So what I'm going to do is just try to get a little more footage of it, and then put it back in the little enclosure that I temporarily have for it. Okay, and we'll get out the, there it is, kind of hooked for a moment, but I'll try to get the bigger individual out, because I still think this is probably a younger one, but this is one of two. Okay, now this thing is similar to what I managed to get last year. Unfortunately, this individual does not have its back legs. They are delicate, and I do have to admit that, yeah, I'm very, very disappointed that the second leg came off of this individual that was missing a leg to begin with, because these legs are absolutely fantastic, and if I can get a fine focus on the leg, I will at some point. But, so you're probably thinking to yourself, well, so that should be the egg depositor. Back here I am going to try and once again release this individual if I can't come across any more of them. Just because I'm hoping by, say, next year there's even more of them or something, unless I come across a lot more. I'm really only coming across, say, this individual. But there is this individual, so I'm going to try and get some really fine... I am hoping for some fine detail on this on this thing. So I do apologize if it's a little shaky. It's a little funky. You know, whatever. There we go. I think. I hope. So the hands on these things, once they're big, full grown, very, very impressive. I think I'm just going to go back to the regular focus for the moment. So you can just see that sword, just this huge, beautiful sword, massive antenna. If I can just... don't really want to bother it too horrendously, but at the same time I do want to... there we go. Just... there we go. Get that. I'm hoping I can get that antenna. Those hooked hands. Just that gorgeous green, sleek, silky. Okay. Maybe. Now the mouth on these things are extremely impressive. They can bite, so, you know, use some caution. You have to approach them with some respect. And if I can just approach it from this side, get that color pattern. Okay. Absolutely lovely. Now, the problem though is it is already end of August. If there's more of these individuals out there, great. If there isn't, I really need to try to consider returning this individual out to the wild. Just because I really like the look of them. And I'm hoping that I can get more of them by, say, next year. The yard situations around the neighborhood are potentially going to benefit a number of things, including the, you know, just like Chinese mantises and things like that. So obviously I have to try to keep these guys away from these guys for this year. So I'm going to try and work with the Chinese mantis as well. So. But this film is really about this guy, if I could, well, I should say this gal. So, yeah. Now, just kind of, No, that didn't help. Alright. So. Alright, so for his size reference. In terms of a well-known size reference. Alright. So, once again, trusty quarter. So, as you can see, pretty good sized bug. Now, I'm a little nervous around it because the poor thing is, of course, is not too happy. So I'm going to go ahead and very carefully try to get a hold of it. And now for the fun part. You can't just lift. You can't. If I do, it could cause some serious damage to this bug. So you can see the wings. The wings are beautiful. Can I get you to let go? Okay. Gentle. This is why it's so easy for them to lose their legs. There we go. They have just this absolutely fantastic grip, and I demonstrated it before. And I'm hoping that this one will do it. If you can just gently... So, I mean, it can pick up, and then there's that mouth. Just this amazing mouth. So, I'm going to try to get some footage. So I'm going to put it back in its temporary enclosure. Try to locate more of these individuals so I can take more footage and possibly be able to work with them a little more. But right now this individual is just needing to go back in, and yeah, if I can, I'll try to take better footage. So so for now, just need to put this individual in here with the others, and they should be perfectly fine. There's one more, and then just a little type of a katydid of whatever sort. So yeah, I gotta get that back in there. Okay, so that is that fantastic clawed foot, or hooked foot I should say. And the legs for defense are excellent, but they're just, because they cling to a surface so severely, if you aren't careful. Well, let's rephrase that. Even if you are careful, the legs are very likely to come off. Which is what happened with this leg. And it disappoints me greatly that it did come off, because it's such just an amazing insect when it has both of its legs. But it's very tricky to work with because they can bite and they can get a good grip on a surface. So.